Shut this door.
Okay, hit it. Yeah!
You can run them simultaneously.
This rooftop AC unit takes so long to turn on. So I finally got the system installed, and then I decided to move it back here because the inverter made a lot of noise, and that's where I set my camera. So that wasn't gonna be an option for the inverter to be up there. I moved the system back here behind all of this. And then I just started having issues. Nothing was working. It shows one main cable going from the positive bus bar to the battery, to the switch, to the battery. And then from the shunt, this is the main cable, they're huge, to a battery. And then an extension going to this one and an extension going to that one. I followed the instruction manual. Now I have this cable running straight to this battery and this cable running straight to this battery and these two extensions running off of here to this battery. And now it works. And I'm running two. Well, they're doing it again. No, you're not. We have one portion of our property that doesn't have any trees, and I could see his house and he could see me from our driveways all the way to the very back of our properties is completely private from each other. Then there's this one section where there's this huge cut in the bush in the trees. And so last time he parked a camper right there, which blocked us again. But now I had this, like, it was moldy and the ocean is right there. So the breeze goes this way. And I was just picturing his moldy camper particles blowing onto my land. Wait till you live in a moldy camper or you get exposed to mold and you go through that in real life. It will change you forever. I have to tell that mold story. Like, I just feel like it just instills too much fear in people though, because what do? You know, if you can't afford to fix it, what do? You just live in it and it's causing all of your problems.
I'd snuggle him, but I don't want to disturb him. I get startled pretty easily these days.
You can walk to the water from my house, but I live in a rural area where some people have their properties gated off, some people don't. I don't. And, you know, it's the wild, wild west. And some people are brave enough to, like, take their dogs. Oh, wrong dog, actually. Do you want to sit up here? Want to sit up there? Buddy used to always sit right here. That was his jam in the car. Then he got all independent on me. Boujii always is in my lap. Okay. Oh, you smell the bully sticks down there. I don't like to walk them on the road to the ocean because you never know whose dog's gonna come running off of their property. A golf cart would be nice. A lot of people have golf carts. A lot of people have like little side-by-sides. I love driving. My dogs love driving. We all love loading up. It's just, look at them. They all just like immediately, they just chill. All of them. Like even Gus just fits right in, man. He doesn't like padding, so he only likes rugs. In any case, I've got like 6 different beaches that we hit up. So my F-250 is in desperate need of a remodel. Somehow it needs to facilitate all 4 of these dogs, and so that they can be happy, you know, put their head out the window. My dogs go with me everywhere, to the store, to the beach every day, multiple times a day. We're constantly loading up in this truck. It's had a few different designs, you know, it's been through a lot. I lived in this for almost 2 years with the dogs traveling around the United States. At one point, when I first bought it, I just put a couch back there for Mr. Miles Davis. I welded a bed. And then it was low enough where I could sit on it, which was nice. But then when I decided to live in the F-250, I raised that bed up so that now the dogs could have underneath and me and the wiener dogs could have the top part to sleep at nighttime. So I only had one big dog at the time. And he was very happy. Everybody was very happy in that setup. And I also had a camper shell on this F-250. But let me tell you something. After doing 18 months in the Bronco and then almost 2 years in this F-250, the stark difference between how I was treated in this truck with a camper shell versus the Bronco. People hated this F-250 with the camper shell. Cops were called on me all the time. I was being accused of selling things out of the back of the truck when I was just in my kitchen and sometimes with friends in South Florida cooking tacos. The past couple weeks since I put the passenger seat in the Bronco, I've just had a bunch of padding. I put a flat piece here so that Miles could have this whole area, and then I got Gus, and it's been kind of makeshift ever since, and now it's officially not going to work. I have to design something else because my dogs can't just all be like laying on the ground. It's not safe. All right, you guys, I've made some progress. It's just progress. It's not complete. Whoa, what are this? Well, hold on. So we've got a platform running from here all the way to the back. Okay, and all the way to there. Miles likes padding, Gus Gus does not. Still messing around with what I'm doing here, but. So Miles has a spot to put his head out the window. Let me show you. Mr. Miles Davis has an area to put his, what is on my hand? Has an area to put his head out the window. Mr. Gus Gus has a way to put his head out the window. This is like the size of their whole body, right? But you can untie these bad boys. Oh, and what does that do? So I'm gonna need to come up with some type of padding system that can zoom out this way. But it's my first time laying up here. I fit up here? I lived in here for 2 years. What the heck? How'd I do this? Turn around. 2 years. Okay, I fit. Yeah, okay. Wow. Well, oh, wow. 2 years I did this. Holy cow. That's crazy. So I just had a bed up here, and that was it. That was that. But Miles couldn't sit. Miles never sat underneath it. He always sat on top because he liked his head out the window. But one day I had the window down too far. I was going real slow, like 5-10 miles an hour. But I overcorrected my turn and he flew out the window. After that, I took this bed down. So my main objective here was that so my dog could still have a window, because even if I only rolled the window down this much, which is typically how we rolled, right? But that one time that he falls out, I had the window all the way down. However, he's still bumping into glass if I have to make a hard turn or something, with his head out the window and his torso right here, right? So I wanted his torso to be where the door is, so that when I roll down the window, he just likes to sit and have his head out so that he can smell. That's what dogs do. So I came up with this design once I rescued this newer dog, Mr. Gus, that if they both, I could get this bed back for like this being like a little weekender, you know? I just have dogs. I want to enjoy my life. So why not build out my rigs to where they're capable of things? And this one's very capable of facilitating 4 dogs, very where they're also happy because they each have a window. You know what I mean? In the Bronco, they don't have that. I have the driver and the passenger window. That's it. And I have a tailgate window. However, I semi-permanently have it rolled completely up. Anyways, so I feel like I achieved that in this car, where now they all can be like, they're so happy because Miles has his zone. I put this here so that Gus Gus doesn't take over Miles's space, because he likes to do that. But there's a door in case we have to enter from just one side of the street because the other side's busy or something. Then at least one of the dogs can get through to his side, and then the door, it clasps in its place, or you can just kind of leave it hanging so that it doesn't rattle so much. I need to do something about the rattling hinge. And then, yeah, I was thinking about some type of like removable door here as well, so that he can't go flying forward while we're driving. Anyway, try to make it safe. This is still not secured on the bottom, but Miles is like padding. I love you. It stops her from going anywhere. But I thought it would be a nice feature, because then he has his zone and Gus Gus, then he has his zone and Gus Gus can't take over it. Because Gus does do that. He'll like just get in all of Miles' space. I drilled into the roof of these guys and into here. And I drilled these side pieces into the actual side of this. I didn't want to take up any space by putting one down here. I was going to have a beam here. And I thought, well, and this nail got stuck in the board. I hate that when you go down so deep that you can't get it back out. Got to do something about that, because that's dangerous. But not too much the way it's facing. In any case, here we are. Here's the beautiful F-250 getting revamped. Buddy is so needy. Buddy is my neediest dog. Look what I did for you. I think you'll like it up here. So, while we're driving and the dogs want to put their heads out the window, they can do that. That has its own window, which is super cool. It's a nice area for you. Thirsty? No waters? Okay. Right now, the fact of the matter is, the Bronco not having a dashboard AC, it's just pretty much impossible to even hop in that thing to do just around town, going to the beach every day, taking our walks at the dog park. It's not a vehicle to do that in because it's too hot. Just like in this car. So when I turned this truck on this morning, I started pulling out of the driveway and I went up the road, and I had to pull over underneath a tree and just wait for the AC to like cool down the inside of this truck. So and as you can see, they can still walk underneath the whole thing. Gus is super comfortable, Miles is super comfortable, but yeah, I had to pull over and wait for the truck to cool down just to like hop on the road. We needed to run to the store because it just, like, the more it was beating in the sun, it was just getting hotter and hotter. And so even if you have, when you're driving, like, you really need to, like, gosh, it's so hot right now, you guys. You know, it's just August and it's hot. I just looked at the weather. We're hotter and more humid than South Florida right now. That's crazy. I'm in northern Florida, like Panhandle. Anyways, I just think this is cool, and it's really, my vision is coming to life. And it's so neat. All I did was use paracord to get all that done. I used that as my hinge. And all of this is from the pier, from Hurricane Helene that took out that pier. When they were rebuilding it, they had a bunch of material. And when the guy was cleaning up, when they were done, I asked if I could have it, and he gave it all to me. So I have a bunch of this. And I don't know, I just got creative. I got my cutoff wheel, and sorry, Bubby. I sliced it up, so I had a piece here. And then all of a sudden, when I was messing around with this piece, I noticed that this actually might work as the actual wall, because I was gonna do 2 boards that just slide out. But then I'm like, well, if he did want to be up here while I'm driving, then I needed to have like walls. So anyways, I just got this random idea yesterday, and yeah, I used paracord right here, as you can see, to be able to, and it worked out really well. Anyways, I'm gonna bring the dogs back inside because everybody thinks we're leaving, and we're not. We just got home 20 minutes ago. Yeah, you're so sweet. Are you the sweetest? They love it. It's adventure. It's adventure. They love adventure. These Papalones love adventure. They do. They're like, come on, Mom, we're ready. You're all packed up. I mean, look at this perfect design. Where are we going? Which dog park you taking us to? Huh. So anyways, here's the Bronco. I'm just parked right in front of the toy hauler so that we can all be together while I'm working. Get in here. Whoa. How cute are these? And you can wash them. Welcome back to the Bronco. Good news, and I got bad news. Bad news was it took about a month and a half. Good news is I finally think I figured it out. So that Redigy system wasn't working. It just kept powering off over and over and over again. Finally found out that it was how I had my cables connected to the batteries. I think so far it's working. Let's try it. Let's turn it on. Let's try the AC unit. Month and a half, you guys. A month and a half working on this darn thing. And let me tell you something. The instruction manual, it doesn't come with like words. It just comes with this picture, which I loved, right? But it shows the battery coming from the shunt. I mean, the cable coming from the shunt down to the battery, and then the positive coming from the positive bus bar down to the battery, and then an extension from that battery there and another extension from here, right? Because you hook them up like in a parallel. Is that what it's called? A series? So I did that. And after messing around for, I kid you not, a month and a half, finally, my friend came over and was like, it was working with one battery finally. Oh, there's the compressor. It's working. Friend comes over. Finally, we hook it up to just one battery, or I did, and it worked. And then he came over and said hello, and I was like, hey, come in here, see if maybe, because I was at a loss. I hit up the company. They asked me for a video. They wanted to like see pictures of things, yada, yada, yada. But I was like addicted at this point. Like, there's got to be something that I'm doing wrong. So I show them that it's now running off of one battery, not 2. After a lot, you guys, a lot of different stuff I had to do. I'm just going to cram it all in. We were running it, and he's like, why don't you hook up those two main cables to one battery and then extend off of that one. And I was like, well, the manual says to do it this way, and so did ChatGPT. So I do that, and now it's working. So now we got battery. Is this thing on? It's taking a while to cool down. I feel like AC. It kept shutting down every time the compressor would turn on. It was a nightmare. Anyways, it's now summer, so here's the bad news. So the good news is I finally got it running. The bad news is, you know, I really thought that this rooftop AC here, I really thought. Here, I'm gonna turn off the AC. I'm gonna turn off the AC so I don't need to be yelling at you. Who wants to be yelled at right now, okay? I can yell at you. All right, the rooftop AC unit, I really thought that it was gonna cool. Yeah, I mean, it's right there. I had it installed over here, okay? That's why there's now a hatch. But you couldn't feel it from the driver's seat because there's no dashboard AC unit, all right? I haven't even attempted to fix it, but I have bought a lot of the components that it would take to fix it. And then the problem is I took out all of the vents and all of the hoses that go to the vents and that whole mechanism. So I would have to source that somewhere. It's a 1996 Bronco. I've already kind of looked a little bit. Not having a lot of luck. Maybe I could rig something up myself. But I figured the solution was to then move, and it was too heavy for back here anyways, move the AC unit to right above the cab. And even with that thing on full blast, dude, you should run it right now. It's finally plugged in. Oh. I've never run it with the Renogy system yet. Here we go. It shows full battery. Oh man. See how long it takes to turn on to get into a hot car? Hold on, let me point the camera. Okay, now it's turning on. So you definitely want to, so I thought this would be the solution. Run this while I'm driving because that AC unit works really well only when you're parked. The cool air doesn't hit the cab while you're driving. It certainly does when you're parked. That thing really blows. I had a 5,000 BTU. I went up to 6,000. It made a world of a difference, but it's still not enough. It's still not enough to give me cool air while I'm driving. So I figured the rooftop AC unit right here in the cab would solve the problem. These things hardly let out any air. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a 10,000 BTU. I will double check. But not only does it pull a significant, oh, I can't look. It's on this phone that I'm using to film. You can hardly feel this. You can't, so when you're driving, Buddy's bed was right underneath it. It's hot, you know? It's Florida and it's hot. It's hot around the entire country right now. But Buddy was panting away. And then the dogs in the back were just, you know? So then I can maybe run the back one and this one while I'm driving. That's a large load. I wonder if the DC to DC charger would charge the system and be able to run both of these and show up with full batteries. Because this Renogy system has that ability to turn on the truck, drive it, and have it charge the system while you're driving. So I also have a generator on the back. So we have options, but it's just, the bad news is this still isn't a vehicle you can just hop in and go anywhere. I can't even take the dogs on our daily grind of just going to the beach and running errands in this. It's too hot. My AC, my F-250, I feel like is struggling because it's an older truck. There's no vents in the back. And so sometimes I have to like wait in the shade for my AC unit to cool down the truck before I can have the dogs back there. It just takes a while to cool down. It's, you know, I don't know what it is about these older trucks, or what I've done to them, but for whatever reason, the cool air dissipates. This is running. It's actually running. Don't get those batteries down to 0 again. I need to check the batteries. Hold on. I'm gonna turn this on real quick. Dude. Okay, so hold on. I have the rooftop AC pumping. That's on full blast. I've got the back one going on full blast. They're both running. The app shows there's power coming in. My truck is charged. Oh my gosh. With both of them coming, with both of them running, It's actually really cool in here all of a sudden. What is going on? But watch, the moment you drive down the road, just it's gone. I even sealed up the back window, you guys. It's a little risky. I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to get that sealant out, but theoretically, yeah, you should, because I put foam. I put foam in first, and then like in the tailgate window, where the tailgate and the window meet, I put a bunch of foam in there, one big strip, and then put adhesive, like sealant, over the foam and onto the metal and onto the window and sealed it so that no water could go down there. I just had too many leaking problems with that AC unit. And then in addition to that, the seal's so bad that along the whole back window that I found it better just to close it and seal it. It wasn't even rolling up properly. It was leaving a little bit of a gap like right there, and I couldn't figure it out. I spent a few weeks, couldn't figure it out. So anyways, that's sealed up. And then these windows, not the best seal around them, but it's still a seal. It could use a little bit more. Dude, they're both running. I'm gonna check the app again, hold on. So it's pulling in some wattage and covering about 400 watts of what these two are simultaneously pulling. So I'm still technically draining the batteries. You're draining them while you're driving. You're not charging them at all, right? If I have both of these running, is that how that goes? It's actually running. It still shows 3 batteries. It's set at 68. We gotta go for a drive. But in any case, summer's gonna be over very quickly, and then this is officially going to need some type of heating mechanism. I use a little fraction of my land right over here. This is like my zone. You see this here? You see this? Hold on. So this area here, you can wash yourself. Okay? Seems good. Outdoor shower, Florida. Nice. Hot. Tankless. Propane hot water heater. It's great. Awesome. I had this whole setup in my bathhouse over here. Remember the bathhouse? The bathhouse is now a washer and dryer house. Well, it was creating too many mosquitoes over there. Mosquitoes. Just heaven. Anyways, I figured I would move my shower to over here. And now, all of the mosquitoes, even though I open up the awning and let the sun dry it out, this is mosquito heaven. So I got mosquitoes everywhere. Look at this. It's got bit twice. It's got bit twice. Look at that. No moss, okay? Still got to do something with all these oyster shells I collected. You can turn this into lime, for lime plaster, to build an earth bag dome. So I went to the ocean and I collected all of these myself. My 10 buckets today. I have learned, being a property owner, that if you do not maintain the grounds, you are essentially giving them back to the earth to do whatever Mother Nature wants to do with it. So I'm trying my hardest to make sure that those areas stay maintained. This was a driveway, and now it's all growing over because I haven't maintained it. Never seen one alive before. Hi, cutie. It's going right for you, Gus Gus. A puppy delivery. He loves his puppy deliveries. There's so much space. It's so functional. I'm pretty sure there's more floor to ceiling space in this than there is in the Bronco. But this has really turned into a pretty cool little rig. You know, I envisioned my life when I said I wanted to like fix things in 2025, I think it was, I decided that I was going to start like fixing my life and getting it to where it was able to accept whatever was going to come next. It was, okay, let's finish some unfinished projects. So the Bronco was a storage unit at this point, you know, getting all my stuff out of that Memphis storage unit during one of the hurricanes. I used the Bronco as like a storage unit, and this truck, you know, so many modifications and taking things apart that it just needed to be rebuilt, and taking the camper shell off of it and all of that, and taking the bed away, and everything was so unfinished in my life that I didn't really feel like I wanted to start a new. I didn't even have the mental capacity at this point, because like I've started so many new projects when something wasn't complete. that it's now gotten to me, and so I don't want that anymore. So I have to like start doing things differently and to not live that life anymore with so many unfinished projects. So I decided to not, as you've seen, not start anything significant on this land, because at the end of the day, these 2 trucks just needed to be finished. And I'm glad I'm finally putting in some time on this F-250, because it's now the Bronco is done, the power station's working, and there's nothing that needs to be done to it. And even the water tanks are full and ready to go. That thing's like, you can turn key and go. And now this F-250 is getting there. And it's like, okay, this is good. All right. I've learned that options are like where you want to be in life. You want to be at a place where you have options. That's always the most comforting feeling. And I feel like the most exciting is like, okay, I have options. Nothing's holding me back. I can do this, and that, and it's all within my reach type of thing. And you know, like if I just had this sudden urge, like, hey, we have enough gas money, everything's looking good, let's hop in the truck and go to South Dakota. Then we could just hop in the truck, pick one, and go to South Dakota, and then come back. And it's pretty cool. And I have security system set up now. The power's good, paying my bill on time. I was thinking about it. I'd probably, whatever truck I leave behind when I take a trip, I'll probably run the AC unit, because I'm going to be this truck has its own AC unit that goes in the back. Right now it's uninstalled because I accidentally locked myself out of the truck and I had to go through that back window and uninstall the AC unit. So I need to reinstall that. But I was thinking about cutting a hole and having it come through that little storage box that's in the back of the truck, and then the AC unit would be completely incognito. So what I was thinking for the back of the truck, what if the AC unit was down there in this, and you cut a hole and it came through the back? It'd be totally incognito inside there. And then what if you cut 2 holes in the front for vents? Isn't that a natural dehumidifier, those window AC units? Just to like keep it good, because things do mold here. It's crazy. You don't use it for you don't move it for a little while and like mold just starts to form. So I just came in here to show you guys the diagram real quick. Dude, this rug is wet. Oh wow. And it came from over there. So I gotta figure something out. This would not be wet still. Rain last night. Is this wet? That's dry. Shoot, where did that come from? Oh man, there's so many holes in that roof. I don't know, but that rug is dry. What the heck? That's kind of shady. I've got a lot of power equipment in here. Anyways. Oh, I didn't need to open this up. Oh, I wrapped stuff in bubble wrap and I taped it. You're so good, Morgan. I already thought ahead. Okay, just in case it leaks. Any water gets down there, I think I should be pretty safe from, like, you know, just a little bit of leakage. Nothing ginormous. Those aren't wrapped up, but okay. Look what I did here. This is so ghetto. I don't even know how my brain thinks of these things. Those are L brackets. One's holding up, giving it a little bit more structural support here and back there. And then these two, I'm using long nails at the top of this, and this one goes in the back hole. This one goes in the front one, and it holds it there. It's just what I mean. Like, I like to just make prototypes. If one day somebody wanted to like legit put like a hinge on here, that'd be cool. Anyways, this is gonna be a good area to shove the Starlink. I might have to move this L bracket to achieve that though. Look at this. I just want to show you guys the system's working. All we did was put the 2 main cables on one battery, and then, as you can see, the extension cables onto here. And I want to show you this instruction manual. That's not even, it's just, they just send you a picture, and then like you can reference what all the numbers are. That's it. There's no other like instruction manual. So to the battery, you have it go from the shunt to this battery, and then it shows the other going from the bus bar to this battery, and then showing the extension like that. And that's also how ChatGPT told me to do it. So I followed the instructions. That picture would mean that one of these main wires would go on one battery and the other one on this one. And when I hook it up that way, the system goes, ee! We don't need to, you guys have seen it. This has been a saga, okay? So that will eventually, I put some holes here so that I can attach this board to this metal bar so it won't go flying anywhere. And I still got to make this all cute for Buddy Boy. He fits in there. Anyways, so I just want to show you guys that. I had it hooked up the way that it tells you to hook it up. And for whatever reason, it's only working if it's hooked up the way that it is. I turned it off because the inverter was just like running and running and running. So I don't even have the batteries being charged right now from solar, but everything should be topped off. Keep that plugged in. There's 3 plugs. I wonder where that water came from. Absolutely ridiculous. That was like 2-month-long saga. Here we are. I need to take a shower. What the fuck? That's so weird. Only heaven knows what the heck the deal with all that was. Hop on up, load up, everybody. Load up, buttercups. Over here, Mr. Gus Gus. Let me tie this up. Fishies. Swimming swimmer. Right. Good job, my baby. Need to get my weed whacker out. I just gotta fill it up with gas. It's getting pretty thick. Should I just weed whack this or completely take it out? What would you do? Would you just weed whack it and keep where the tires roll cleared out and keep this trimmed down? Or would you take it all out? You know, these trees drop things, seeds, I'm sure. Some of these trees. What are these? You got some flowers? This purple? Come on, purple flowers. That's what I want. Everything's so green. Uh-oh, lizard. Lizard gizzard. He mulched the whole property before I bought it. So it looked like that everywhere. I'm the one that brought the sand back by taking that layer of mulch off the top. See all this? It's all mulched. And then I've been letting things grow back and just trying to keep as much maintained as I can. So the areas that I took with a tractor are the ones that are getting overgrown again. All of this, I had an area to park right there. It's all overgrown. All of this I made like a area where you can maybe park a shipping container or something, but it's all overgrown. Look at that, it's crazy. And then over here's where I dug out where I thought would be cool for a pool because it's super sunny. I thought this entire area would be a pretty dope place for a pool, but I've been using it as a burn pit. Anyways, okay, trucks are open. Trucks are getting aired out. I like to keep them open during the day. Doesn't smell like a fucking dog in there. I'm gonna go find some lunch. Hope you guys have a good Sunday. Is it Saturday? I have no clue. Going straight in, are we? What is this sea foamy stuff? Oh, I missed it. He was just laying in there and it was cute. It's a hot tub in here. Straight up hot tub. The old man slacking back there. It's kind of nice up there. What do you think? That's the King's Palace. That's the King's Palace. If you enjoy my videos and you want to see me more, you can always log on to my Patreon. Come join the army. That whole Renegade saga's up on that channel. The link is in the description of this video. And yeah, I post over there every week. We do lots more in-depth troubleshooting. If you're into it, come hang out. If you're not, that's cool. See you guys in the next video over here on YouTube. I love you. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Happy Monday. It's the end of August, man. I feel like I've just been waiting. Anybody else just kind of waiting for the heat to be over? But you know once it's gone, you're going to want it back, you know? There's nothing like waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, walking out of this camper into like a sauna. And it just feels so good. You know, warm summer nights, baby. Oh, soak them up. Gotta love those warm summer nights. But these roasting hot middle of the day, oh, I'm ready for those to be gone. You know, no idea what the future holds. We will figure all that out together. Love you. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one. Bye.